In this video, we're gonna be checking out a $1,000 fishing rod. How does it compare to some of the other ones? What's so special about it? That's what we're gonna talk about in this video, y'all. All right, so Leviathan Swimbait Rods is one of our favorite rod manufacturers here in the shop. Of course, we've got some awesome other swimbait rods here, Shimano, Daiwa, G Loomis, Megabass, and other stuff like that. But focusing on swimbait rods here, the Leviathan Swimbait Rods are built here in the USA, as well as very, very easy to fish, very comfortable. They have a wide range of products. If you're familiar with Leviathan Swimbait Rods, I'm sure you've heard of the Omega series. One of their most popular series can be used for soft baits as well as glide baits, treble hook baits, and stuff like that. Now, the Omegas, they come in 4 regular variants, and then they also make an Omega Finesse. But the 4 regular variants are gonna be the medium heavy, the heavy, extra heavy, and 2X heavy, called the Dirty Dragon, which is rated up to a pound. So those really, really big swim baits, that's what you want for that Dirty Dragon there. But they just released a brand new rod. This is the Omega Ultimate. This guy right here is $1,000. Here in a second, we're gonna be learning a little bit more about this rod right here. $1,000. Mike is gonna run us through some of the components, some of the story behind this, what makes this $1,000 rod so much different and so much of an upgrade from this normal $400 swim bait rod. Let's get Mike on the phone. Hey Mike, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Hey, I've got this Omega Ultimate right next to me here. It just came in. I didn't know much about it when I bought these things, but I said, you know, the guys at Leviathan know exactly what they're doing, and I need to learn more about this rod. And I was like, who better than to call than Mike? So, Mike, can you run me through this rod here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm surprised you haven't got a chance to fish it yet.
I wish I had $1,000 laying around.
I hear you. I hear you. I'll tell you right now, I myself was like $1,000 for a fishing rod, and then I fished with it, and it's completely different than our Omega. It's going to be a different blank. It's going to be your North Fork Epitome Air Carbon blank.
That sounds
Um,
fancy.
it is. It's pretty fancy. It's got a lot of feel, which is what I really like about it.
Right.
It's still that parabolic blank, but it's going to load a little bit further down the blank, making it just incredible with hookup ratio, keeping fish pinned, and that sort of nature. The
Absolutely.
feeling is all about what we're going for here. It's going to have the double foot Fuji Titanium Torzite guides. It's going to have the Fuji reel seat hand painted by Matagi in Japan, and that reel seat is directly on the blank. So if you have a fish that's following and even pushing any water at your bait, you're going to feel it.
Interesting. So I know the Omega series is really geared towards some of the treble hook baits. Is this one that you can use for either, you know, like treble hook baits, like glide baits, typical glide baits, or is this, you know, can be used for like some soft baits with like single hooks?
So it's more geared towards the treble hook baits.
Sure.
It will throw some smaller softies, but myself, I prefer the alpha and the stout kind of hook set for that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I would say more towards the treble hook side.
absolutely. Now, you were talking about the guide train too. One of the things I immediately noticed was that it actually has 2 more guides than the Omega regular, you know, the regular Omega and the heavy version. Any, you know, is there anything going along with that, or why are there 2 more guides?
Two more guides. I think Eric was going for more feel than anything else, and also the placement of the guides will determine the parabolic nature of the rod. So that's what gets you to load a little bit. It got a little more tip on it, a few more guides. It's
Yep.
kind of like the finesse. If you notice the finesse rod, it's a
Very
little more
soft tip.
tippy. Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. And it's got 2 more guides than the Omega.
Oh. Oh, I didn't even know the finesse had 2 more guides. I'm glad you pointed that
It,
out.
it does. So your more tippy rods, it's going to be your load is going to be more towards the down on the blank, which I
Right.
really like. It helps a lot keeping fish pinned.
It's also rated for 1 to 5 ounces. It's a little more parabolic. Do you have some baits that you would recommend throwing on this rod?
I like to throw at the top end of the spectrum. So I'm throwing most of my 3 to 5 ounce baits on that rod.
No, that's awesome, Mike. Well, I appreciate the help. Thanks for giving me a holler here, and I can't wait to get these rods shipped out the door.
Absolutely. They're going to fly off the shelf.
Awesome. Well, I'll talk to you later, Mike. We're probably going to have to put another order in here pretty soon.
I appreciate you as always, Sam.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, y'all. Big shout out to Mike from Leviathan. Of course, if you do have any warranty issues, please feel free to reach out to him. These rods right here, the Omega Ultimates, are really, really badass. Of course, I haven't personally gotten on the water with them, but just holding them in my hands, there's a few key features that Mike already went over, as well as some things that tangibly I can actually kind of show you here. Starting off, one of the really cool things about this rod is it's so light, using that Epitome blank, as well as the custom painted reel handle and the guide train. So the guide train and the blank are actually so light that the balance point is a little bit different on this rod. On the regular Omega, the balance point is actually closer to this little bait keeper as well as the front of the reel seat. This one right here, the balance point is actually set back just a little bit. So this one right here is going to be basically right where your reel is sitting, and that's gonna make it seem extremely comfortable when you're fishing it, no matter what reel you're putting on it, because since the balance point is directly in the center and your reel's right in the center, it's gonna be very comfortable to just sit here, work your bait, whether you're using a Tranx, like a Daiwa Tatula 300, Alexa, a Calcutta, anything like that. It's going to be a very, very good balance point. Another thing I do want to mention, Mike already stated this, but this blank here, it is so light, it's a little bit more of a parabolic bend, and it's going to be rated for 1 to 5 ounces. Now, the regular heavy Omega is rated 1 to 6 ounces, but that's because it's not as parabolic. So this one here is going to be more for your glide baits and very technical gliding, because again, it's so sensitive. You can feel when those fish are waking behind it. I mean, this is an unsanded blank here, and it is still ultra, ultra light. One of the cool things is, as I'm working my hand over the unsanded blank, I can actually feel it in this reel handle. He said it's all one piece, glued in together, and I'm telling y'all, it is ultra, ultra sensitive. So one of those other cool features, again, that parabolic bend. It has a nice softer tip section, kind of like that Omega Finesse that I talked about in another video. And that's what those extra guides are for, to guide that line over this subtle blank. So really, really cool stuff coming out of Leviathan Swimbait rods. The Omega Ultimate is now up on the website. You can go check them out. Of course, you can also feel free to call the store if you have any other questions, or comment down on this video if you do have any questions. Of course, feel free to reach out, y'all, and we'll see you in the next one. See you guys.